Alright, it's Master Mason note. We're tearing it up here. I wanted to have a note about intelligence in the market. Alright, so remember the first thing I'll tell you is generally I don't have a problem much with the market. I don't have a problem with a lot of it. What I have a problem with is the intelligence factor on that thing. There's a certain level of engineering, there's a certain level of chemistry, and there's a certain reality of the quantum nature of those things to really create what composition you're saying is going to composite to. Nobody can give me any bullshit because, we're making 180 elements on the periodic table that have a real fucking machine that helps us do that, and or where we are positioned in that number for hyper not hyperloop technology, but I know I just saw a clip on it this morning. It was about hyper technology, or it's basically superconducting or super fluids. It's in the same nature. A bottle of water is a superfluid. I'm just going to use it in an FMA object. Now, those two things seem counterintuitive to each other, but basically, at this sub level right here, if I do something correctly, Houdini, as I do this cup water trick over something else, and it changes that fucking stock market now, doesn't it? Makes you a magician, says the intelligence factor. That's what the words are. Coming in on radiance, that's what they call it. I better call it that too. Otherwise, I'm going to have problem gravity. So in there, generally, again, I keep my stone mill test to 83. We're making the no crabby test here. And that's supposed to tell me a level of intelligence on that market. Now, the problem that you can have with a statement like that is you get some people playing it, and they're cool with that. That's where they want to be, and as long as nobody's messing with this and nobody from here is trying to doomslayer it without working the physics and group theory reactions and things like that, everybody's fine, and that's supposed to be the nature of this thing. Everybody's going to find out one way or the other come the information or programs and algorithms, but you don't always go to the market's algorithm, make the money to buy a supercomputer to put it back into it, because that's the nature of what that thing is. You got the triple body problem, look like the F at the end of it. Somebody just will look at you like. In here, that's why I apply it, because hopefully I could say I understand a pretty large spectrum of the market, and that's just locally what I have to go off of. But there's reality of, well, those are the tones and frequencies. I got to have conversations that follow that rule every time, not some of the time, not the approximation of that thing. If it isn't that thing, it is the algorithm that adjusted that thing to be this thing, and now it has this name, this. AR-15-0, AR-15-1, AR-PAW 600. There are subcategories of the military that work on the same indicated line on that system. It says now it's just a subgroup of it. You got Boot Barn, and then there's all kinds of them. You got Home Depot and several of them. You got the S&P, I forget which one, GOOLGOOG, and basically the same damn fucking stock. Except for they're putting money on this one right now, and they're doing that. And essentially, they're all inventories, right? So you have an inventory check of what is the best combinations of these things. Not just because they're in your fucking stock market, because it's gravity. There's not some godly statement. It's just like there's a group of people out there with numbers, and they're doing something on the market, and it plays gravity. It's that fucking test just for you. And it's a real world test, just every day, just all the time. Every time, all the time, downpour. Like, that's who you are up against. I mean, even 3 red, 1 blue, you get them seeing in there every once in a while. Alright. So again, I wanted to mark that as you form the graph to do that, and that indicator for prime functions of a marshmallow test, levels of success. Do they take it now? Do they wait? That's a physics problem. Carries weight, FMA on objects with a thing. Some of these people in faces, you got questions on a thing. How do you respond to that problem in the market? Oh, anybody make you money. There's a fucking number. And if you get in the way of that number, you're going to do things over here, which is a goddamn algorithm. This, for some things, is making fucking problem on the market. It's just simple. I'm doing it for China. I'm doing it for Russia because my own people. I mean, you can't turn my fucking laborers